The sun was just rising, sending warm, golden light through the trees. A young deer named Willow woke up and stretched her legs. She twitched her big ears, listening carefully to make sure everything was safe before stepping out from her hiding place in the bushes. Willow was born in the spring when flowers bloomed and the rivers flowed fast and clear. Now she was growing up, her soft brown fur still dotted with a few white spots. Today was another day of eating, playing, and being careful of dangers in the forest. She gently nuzzled her mother, who was already awake and nibbling on leaves. Willow followed her to a familiar clearing where the grass was wet with morning dew, and the air smelled fresh and earthy. The herd moved quietly, their small hooves barely making a sound. Willow ate tender leaves, acorns, and sweet berries. She loved the juicy berries the most, but her mother reminded her to keep moving. Staying in one place too long could be dangerous. Hungry animals might be watching. After breakfast, Willow walked to a small, clear stream. She dipped her nose into the cool water and took a long drink. Nearby, another young deer named Ash was splashing and playing. Willow hesitated, looking around to make sure it was safe. When her mother didn't stop her, she stepped into the water and joined Ash in the fun. They leaped and splashed, laughing in their own quiet way, but suddenly the bushes rustled. Willow's heart pounded. Her mother gave a sharp snort, a warning. Something was hiding in the forest. Willow and Ash jumped out of the water and ran as fast as they could. Their hooves barely touched the ground as they raced through the trees, following their mothers. Only when they reached thick bushes did they slow down, their sides heaving from the run. The forest was quiet again, but the lesson was clear. Danger was always nearby. Willow stayed close to her mother, feeling safe in her warmth. As the day went on, Willow played, ate, and kept watch. The sun moved across the sky, turning the forest golden as it began to set. Her mother led her back to their safe resting spot, hidden among the trees. Nighttime was coming, bringing new sounds and shadows, but Willow knew she was protected. She curled up beside her mother, her eyes growing heavy. Today had been an exciting day, full of fun and adventure. Tomorrow would be another day to explore, learn, and grow. But before Willow fell asleep, something caught her attention. A flickering glow lit up the sky beyond the trees. Curious, she lifted her head. Fireflies, they blinked like tiny stars floating in the air. Excited, she nudged her mother, who smiled but stayed resting. Willow tiptoed toward the clearing where the fireflies danced. Ash was already there, his eyes wide with wonder. "Ash, aren't they beautiful?" Willow nodded, stepping into the glowing lights. The tiny insects floated around her, blinking softly. She swayed her head, following their slow, magical flight. For a while, she and Ash played in the field, chasing the little lights. Then a deep hooting sound made them freeze. "Ash, an owl! We should go back!" Willow agreed. It was nighttime, and the forest was different in the dark. Shadows stretched across the ground, and distant rustling noises made her nervous. The two young deer turned to leave, but suddenly Willow stopped. She sniffed the air. Something smelled different, like smoke. Her heart began to race. Fire? She looked around, her ears flicking. In the distance, beyond the trees, a faint orange glow shimmered. Willow knew fire was dangerous. She had heard her mother talk about it before. They needed to tell the herd. "Ash, we have to go," she said, nudging him. The two fawns raced back to their mothers. Willow's breath came fast as she skidded to a stop beside her mother. "Willow, there's fire! I saw it in the distance!" Her mother's ears perked up. The other deer in the herd lifted their heads, sniffing the air. A soft breeze carried the scent of smoke. It was far away, but the deer knew they had to move. Without hesitation, the herd started walking. They needed to find a safer place, away from the fire. Willow stuck close to her mother as they walked through the dark forest, guided by the moonlight. It was a long journey, but eventually they found a new clearing near a river far from the smoke. The deer settled down, tired but safe. Willow curled up beside her mother once more, this time truly ready to sleep. She closed her eyes, feeling warm and safe. Today had been longer than most, full of surprises, fun, and a little bit of fear, but she had learned so much. Tomorrow would be another day of adventure, and she would be ready.